Hello, everyone. I'm Alex. I've been working as a police officer in the U.S. for 8 years and have encountered thousands of people during that time. Over the years, whether on the street, at parties, while grocery shopping, or at coffee shops, everywhere, people always ask me the same questions. These questions are so common that I now have standard answers. Today, I'll answer the top 5 questions citizens ask police officers on the street, backed by the most up-to-date data from 2026, in a completely objective manner. We'll look at both the good and the bad sides. 1. How much do police officers earn? Do you make good money? I hear this question at least 5 to 10 times a week because young people and those dreaming of this profession are particularly curious about it. This issue actually varies greatly between states because salaries are higher in very large and densely populated states and lower in quieter states. For example, Alaska tops the list with an average of $69,000 because it has a very challenging geography and climate, and social life is quite limited, which is why salaries are somewhat higher. California averages $68,800, New Jersey $68,100, and Massachusetts $67,000. The lowest salaries are in Idaho at $51,600, South Dakota at $52,700, and Mississippi at $53,600. I work in a medium-sized city in Texas and earn around $67,000 per year as a base salary. When you look at it, Texas actually has a higher rate than other states because of the risk factor. It's a riskier area than other states. But salaries can go up to $90,000 depending on experience. So salaries can actually vary depending on the region, rank, and experience. Additional payments and benefits. Base salary is only half the story. Overtime pay is serious money, 1.5 times your hourly wage. Shift differential for night shifts is around 10%. Education allowances, 5% for associate degree, 10% for bachelor's, 15% for master's. Foreign language allowance, additional payments for special unit assignments, court time, training payments, holiday pay. These can add up to an extra $800 to $1,500 per month. Retirement system? 50 to 75% of our salary as a pension after 20 to 25 years. FERS system with TSP, 401k-like. Contributions. Health insurance covers my family too. To be realistic, I can live a middle-class life, maybe even slightly above that. I can comfortably pay my mortgage, send my children to school, and go on vacation with my family, but I'm not rich, and because I have an irregular work schedule, I can't work another job. Actually, I don't need to work because my salary is enough for my lifestyle. Did you have to use a weapon while on duty? This question is both one of the most frequently asked questions and one of the most uncomfortable questions. According to FBI data, only 1% of police officers fire their weapons during their entire career in 2026. In other words, 99 out of 100 police officers never fire their weapons during their entire career. Most of what is said about this topic, almost all of it, is just a story and a myth. But I can understand why people think there are so many of them, because especially on social media, videos of guns being drawn or used always go viral, and people naturally think we use guns all the time, but the truth is that our real weapon is our brain and our communication skills. My 8 years of experience. I've encountered a few dangerous situations, but I've never fired my weapon. There have been times when I've used lower-level intervention equipment. Most of my colleagues have had similar experiences. Yes, we carry weapons, but using them is truly a last resort. In fact, pepper spray or stun guns are life-saving tools. The reality distorted by the media. Movies and social media create the perception that police officers roam around like cowboys, but most of our daily work involves traffic accidents, traffic fines, domestic disputes, and lost or stolen property. Exposure to violence. Yes, there is danger. According to 2025 data, police officers have lost their lives in the line of duty for various reasons, but, of course, these are the realities of this profession. Is policing stressful? Is your mental health suffering? Yes, it's really stressful, but, of course, if you're a police officer in a very small town, you might have the most relaxed and enjoyable job in the world, but that's unlikely. The latest research data from 2026 is truly shocking. 26% of police officers show symptoms of mental illness, depression, anxiety, PTSD, serious psychological difficulties. In the general population, this rate is 13%. So, as you can see, it's exactly half, meaning policing is definitely more stressful than other professions, and whether you like it or not, after a while, you can become psychologically strained, and you can only slow down this deterioration. The rate of PTSD among police officers is between 7% and 19%, compared to 3.5% in the general population. The rate of depression is between 10% and 15%, compared to 6.7% in the general population. According to the Police Executive Research Forum, PTSD among police officers is 5 times higher than in the general population. Some segments of society think that police officers do nothing and are useless. But the data shows that this profession carries a serious psychological burden. Positive developments: significant increase in mental health awareness over the past 5 years. Employee assistance programs, peer support, and mandatory wellness checks have been introduced in most departments. Unjust accusations have decreased thanks to body cameras. I will make a separate video about body cameras because they are perhaps as important a piece of equipment for a police officer as a weapon. Misunderstandings can occur from time to time, but thanks to the camera, these are brought to light. Do you need to write a certain number of tickets? This is one of the questions that makes me laugh the most. It's also sad. This belief is common among citizens who receive fines, and whenever someone is fined, they react this way, and the first thing that comes to mind is to accuse the police of slander. No, there is no such thing as a quota or limit. No one tells me, write this many tickets. But if I don't write any tickets for 3 months, my sergeant asks, Alex, why are you so passive? What are you doing out there? That's a form of pressure, but on the other hand, he has a point because no one broke any rules for 3 months. Traffic violations never end, folks. Traffic fines only suppress them. They're not a complete solution. If there were no traffic enforcement, compliance with the rules could seriously decline. CompStat system. Many departments use CompStat, statistics-driven policing. If crime numbers go down, the chief is happy. If they go up, the pressure increases. This indirectly creates more pressure to make arrests and issue tickets. I prefer to use discretion. I might give a warning for a minor speeding violation, but I will definitely issue a ticket for reckless driving. Every police officer uses a different approach. Do police officers cover for each other? What would you do if a colleague made a mistake? This blue wall of silence issue is the most sensitive and controversial topic. Honest answer? It was a real problem in the past, and it still exists in some places, but we have seen significant change since the 2000s. My personal approach: if I see a partner committing a serious rights violation or abuse of power, I will definitely report it. For minor policy violations, I might talk to them and give them a warning. But I won't stay silent in cases of serious misconduct. The impact of technology, body cameras, dash cams, cell phone videos have changed everything. Keeping things old school secret is now much harder. Internal affairs is much more active. Civilian oversight boards have been established. Following the reform process after 2020, major changes in department culture after 2020. Duty to intervene and bystander intervention topics were added to training. Good cops stopping bad cops is now a policy requirement. Department policy. In our department, failure to report misconduct itself constitutes misconduct. In other words, if you witness misconduct and fail to report it, you will also face disciplinary action. Objective results. Friends, these 5 questions are really questions on all of our minds. Policing is not a perfect profession. No profession is perfect anyway. Current challenges. According to 2026 data, the mental health crisis is real. There is a recruitment crisis. Many departments are operating at 91% capacity. Public trust is at historically low levels. Social media magnifies every mistake. Positive changes. Mental health support is increasing. Technology is ensuring accountability. Training quality is improving. Community policing programs are increasing. Younger generation cops are more educated, more diverse. Salary varies by state, but generally provides a middle-class lifestyle. Retirement benefits are still strong. My personal assessment: after 8 years, I still love this job. There are tough days, stressful moments, but when I bring a child home, protect a family, truly benefit the community, I feel the meaning of this work. I understand if you have preconceived notions about police officers. There's a lot of negative news in the media. But most of us are ordinary people. We're normal people who want to go home, spend time with our families, and try to make the world a better place. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to click the like and share buttons. If you have any other questions, write them in the comments.